In the second reading for today, Paul describes sacred scripture, the Bible, as having been written for our instruction, that by endurance and by the encouragement of the scriptures we might have hope. Through scripture, therefore, God helps us to persevere. God encourages us, and God gives us hope. With respect to hope, as a church, we are celebrating a Jubilee Year of Hope titled Pilgrims of Hope. On May 9th, 2024, the solemnity of the Ascension of the Lord, Pope Francis announced this Jubilee Year of Hope. The Jubilee Year officially began on December 24th, 2024, and will conclude on January 6th, 2026, very soon, on the Feast of the Epiphany. What is hope? One way to define hope is to relate hope to faith. Faith, according to Hebrews, is the conviction of things not seen. In other words, faith is believing in that which we do not see and fully experience. Hope is the conviction that we will obtain what we believe in. For example, if I have never visited a city, but people I trust tell me it is 100 miles away and give me a map with directions to the city, I can then legitimately believe the city exists. Hope gives me the strength to persevere in traveling to the city, for hope strengthens me with the conviction that I will one day see the city and fully experience it. Similarly, theological faith, for example, what is revealed in sacred scripture, teaches me that there is a heavenly city which is my true home. Theological hope strengthens me to persevere in traveling to the heavenly city. Theological love, by which I love God and my brothers and sisters with and through the heart of Jesus, is what allows me to be received into the heavenly city. For without love, no amount of faith or hope will grant me access to heaven. As Paul teaches in his first letter to the Corinthians, I quote, "If I speak in the tongues of men and of angels, but have not love, I am a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. And if I have prophetic powers, and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have all faith, so as to remove mountains, but have not love, I am nothing. If I give away all I have, and if I deliver my body to be burned, but have not love, I gain nothing." Returning to hope, how can sacred scripture instill us, fill us with hope? Scripture presents us with thousands and thousands of years of human history from the perspective of faith. Through scripture, we encounter men and women of faith who persevered in their pilgrim journeys of faith. For example, in Genesis chapter 15, God tells Abram, later renamed Abraham, to look towards the heaven and number the skies, number the stars, if you are able to number them. So shall your descendants be. Abram responded to God by believing in God. What is interesting about this chapter from Genesis is that a few verses later, the sun is described as going down, setting. This means that when God told Abram to look at the stars in the heavens and count them, Abram could not see them because the sun was shining. Why did God ask Abram to count the stars if he is able to? Because God was awakening faith in Abram. Abram had to believe that the stars are in the sky even though he could not see them, and even more, Abram is asked by God to believe in God and in God's promises, even when all seems to be going contrary to God's promises. Similarly, there are moments in our lives when it is hard to see any sign of heavenly reality in this life. And yet, we are called to persevere in faith, increase in hope, and grow in divine love as we journey as pilgrims of hope to a heavenly promised land. May God bless you all.